Let's start this video with a little trip out of camp. So we camp by sort of the main concession area and the little Glamis store. It's on the back side of all that as you head out towards the dunes. And this is a relatively busy weekend, and this is about what you're going to see. Lots of people, all kinds of crazy toys, all kinds of good times going on, lots of food, lots of stuff for sale, and somewhere out there, hundreds of thousands of acres of sand to drive in. But once you get out there, find that beautiful sand, this is actually some pretty good stuff. Looks like the wind had been blowing. Can't tell you what day it was. A lot of time out there. Actually, there's a fair number of tracks. But this is our typical routine. Get out there in the dunes, start playing follow the leader, have a good time. So show you some more stuff. This is about normal 6 to 8 cars. And in this shot, you get a pretty good view of just how big Glamis is. Look at that background. All those dunes goes on for miles and miles and miles. And here's what happens when you're having too much fun and you overrun somebody in front of you. Take a little trip around, get back into the sun, get passed up by a few people, and get back in line. So, it happens. And here's a good example of driving into it blind. You come up on these sometimes, and it's a little scary. Eventually, see where you're headed to. The camera actually sees better than you can with your eyes. And here you get a view of some beautiful fresh sand. I think we were going out, must have been morning time, and must have blown the day before. Man, this is some not a ton of tracks. I see a few of the witch eyes there. This you want to stay away from, but that's what beautiful sand looks like. And here's a good example of a transition. So you're coming down, you're leaning left, and you got to hit that just right. Sometimes, that's a fairly easy one, pretty simple, but you can see the transition pretty clearly on that one. You'll see some later where we're almost on blind transitions where you're coming at it and you hit it and you really can't see what you're doing. Here's another one, and it's really, when you're doing it, really important to make sure you hit those transitions at the right angle and right spot. So we've got a great leader in Doug. Here comes another one, transition into this little guy. And if you're really good, you do that. Go too high, not good. Go too low, not good. So, it takes a lot of practice. You also notice that we're always turning, to watch out for those witch eyes. And what's Glamis without a little shot of sand highway? This is right after it blows, and it's nice and smooth. Passing some traffic. See the road there to your right, so that means we're headed from the main camp area out towards Gecko Road. If you've been to Glamis, you'll recognize all that. And of course, there's observation. You gotta watch the cars as you head down there, cross a little path, and get back on it. Always watch what's happening ahead of you, because there are those little dips, hard to see, even when the sun's at a good angle. Sometimes it can be just tough to read that sand. It's better to go in and play it safe. Okay, so in this view, we've got the camera attached to the back of our fearless leader, Doug. So he's leading us on a ride. And that's his lovely wife, Tony, and her matching Can-Am, the green, the MR edition. And they are really smooth riders, both of them. Don't hardly modify their cars at all, just take care of them, and never seem to break, never get stuck. never take a wheel off the ground. I say never, but they've been doing this for a long time. Doug's been driving for 20 years out there. He's at the big sand cars, and he's fantastic at leading us through this stuff and teaching us the ropes. Pretty cool stuff. And Tony is awesome. We love her as well, so got to give her some props, and she's tearing it up right here in the video. Okay, and that's me in the blue RC. Probably seen enough of me. Didn't get a lot of video of Chris. Chris has got a Razor 1000 and came out there and ran with us. And that car ran great, 4-door, had a ball. I think it was one of his second or third trips out to Glamis. Had a great time. It was fun to run with him and his girlfriend, and he did a fantastic job. So I got a little bit of video. Wish I'd gotten some better video of him, but you know, part of the family, and had a great time. And this is our other leader. This looks like the camera is on Susan's car behind Mike. And Mike in his Polaris Razor S. Not really sure where we're at here. A lot of times Mike is leading us up either at the top of Olds, which this very well might be the top of Olds right after it's blown, or sometimes he takes us through a lot of the little choppy stuff. And this is obviously not the little choppy stuff he takes us through. So we're out here just killing it. And Mike has also been doing this for 20 years, race car driver, knows what he's doing, and a fantastic guy to hang out with. And a special thanks to his wife, Becky, because she's always making us breakfast and all kinds of great treats. Okay, not sure why I had it on fast motion, but I captured a thing you see a lot at Glamis. We're going to come up here, and there is a poor guy, and he rolled his Can-Am, and so of course we stopped, did the right thing, helped him out, got him rolled back over, got him back on his feet. Turns out he had a busted radiator, some bent radius rods, some other little miscellaneous problems. So effort to help promote my business, I decided to help him out. So he brought his car over to the camp, and we did some work on it. And thanks to Shock Therapy, got some new Shock Therapy radius rods, some sway bar links, front and rear, and a new radiator. Good stuff. Okay, and here we are leaving Swing Set, which is not all that hard to tell. Or maybe that wasn't Swing Set. Somewhere, one of the little outlet spots out there. And the idea in this video was I was going to pass people and give them all a little video time. So I believe in the little white car, that would be Jake in his YXZ, and those little things are freaking awesome. And we have such a good time. And Jake kicks up more sand than anyone. We're not really sure why, but don't want to be behind Jake, and it took me a while to get past him. And I may not have pictures, but this year, I believe it was our Thanksgiving trip. I ate some sand. Jake proposed to Kaylin, who's in the YXZ ahead of him, and took her up on a helicopter flight, and we all held up the big sign, and we put our cars in the shape of a heart, and that was really cool. And soon we're going to go see a party, and then some time after that we're going to need to go to a wedding. So pretty cool stuff. What a great little couple they are, and fantastic people to be around, super nice. You know, we're just really blessed to have such a great group to hang out with. So I finally did pass Jake, and I did one of those things we call driver error, which is hit it really hard and bam! Ooh! Bottomed out my shocks, front end digs into the ground, blows all that sand into your thing. Yeah, you're not supposed to do that. But car survived, lucky me, and now I'm behind Kaylin. And see if I can cut some more better video of her. Kaylin and my wife Susan share the love of animals and French bulldogs, and yeah, they're always playing in camp. So Kaylin is a fearless driver. She's got a little bit newer YXZ, and we've been watching that thing tear it up, and it's quite frankly embarrassing to have a whole bunch of women who are better drivers than I am, but I'll live with it because I'm having a good time. And a little bit better job of executing the pass this time. And slide into line there. And now I'm going to drop in behind Logan.